Anything I can get you before I go off to work, dear? I hate for my little sister to have to get off the couch before noon.
What?
Are you just gonna sit there and read all day, huh?
No, I have an appointment at 11 to take a placement test at the high school.
Great. Good. I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of questions about Passion's Lost Paradise.
It's a wonderful book.
Those romance novels are a waste of time.
I love reading them, so how can doing something you love be a waste of time?
I think she's got you there.
You guys listen to this part.
Please, you're not going to read from that thing, are you?
Okay, here it is. I knew he had to be Justin the moment he walked through the sheer flowing curtains off the balcony to my bedroom. His black hair was flowing in the breeze. The moonlight illuminated his dark, brooding eyes and silhouetted his handsome, classic Roman face.
You mean the first time she sees this guy is in her bedroom in the middle of the night, she should shoot him?
It's a complicated situation. Now, doesn't that sound like a perfect description of someone we all know?
Mm-hmm. The guy at the convenience store who sold me a quart of orange juice for $2.
No, you guys, it's Scott. You know, Celeste, you should read this book. I mean, if they make a movie out of it, Scott has to play the part.
I would like to know how you turned out to be such a romantic coming from a family like this.
Romance is what life is all about, and that's why these books are so popular.
Yeah, and so is the shower in this apartment. You've got 10 minutes if you want to use it, honey.
10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anyone would ever believe that the three of us are sisters?
You couldn't have convinced me.
You know something? She's right. This does kind of sound like Scotty.
Yeah, I think Scotty would fit the hero's bill in almost any woman's book. He's young, he's handsome, he's a doctor, and he just had $2 million put into his pocket.
Yeah, he's gonna set up a scholarship fund for that. You know that, don't you?
No, you could set up a lot of scholarship funds with that kind of money and still have a bundle left over for you and your wife, whoever she may turn out to be.
And we all know who that's gonna be, don't we?
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I mean, she just doesn't seem like his type, you know, and besides, I know somebody else who's kind of carrying around a torch for him.
Oh, I am not. Will you stop?
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
What does that mean?
It's Shakespeare or something. I don't know. I think it means drop the act because I know you're still hot for the guy.
That's ridiculous. Scotty and I have been finished for a long time. It's been over 10 years.
It's still there. Open your eyes, Celeste. You gotta do something about it.
What are you up to?
I just wanted to make certain I was right about this.
You're not supposed to be working. You're still celebrating your homecoming.
I can get the annulment. It says so right here. You can't legally marry someone who is proven insane or incompetent. And since I was Sonny Sprocket when I married Gina, then there's no question that I was insane. I'm as good as a free man.
Wait. All right, I'm kidding. That was a bad joke. Really bad.
Aloha.
Always good to be home, huh?
That's right. Especially after 36 hours on a South Pacific island. The last 20 of which were spent on an airplane, unfortunately.
I thought we were going to get into this again.
Get into it again? You never explained it to me in the first place, Bunny. Why were you in such a rush to get home?
I told you, Gina.
No, you didn't tell me. You told me nothing. Everything was going along quite nicely. There we were in paradise, and suddenly, bang! You start throwing things into suitcases. And then you start dragging me off to some speedboat to connect to a flight that'll take us to Santa Barbara. A red-eye, I might add. And if you're willing to drag me through 3 airports looking like an exhausted Dorothy Lamour, then I think I deserve an explanation.
All right. I realized that after taking you to that island, against your will was not fair. It was not honorable.
No, Bunny, it wasn't fair. And it wasn't honorable. But it was kind of sweet. I mean, especially after I got used to it. I thought it was kind of romantic.
Look, Gina, I was forcing you into a situation that, you deserve better than that.
Hey, well, Bunny, I will never understand you. Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Look at this. It's from the civil court building. I have a feeling I know what this is. Ugh. They have set the date for Brandon's custody hearing. Damn, Cece.
Oh, what now? Now what?
I got a package for you from the Bridal and Tux shop.
Mario.
What? Well, what's that?
Nothing. Nothing.
Honey, who's getting married?
Well, I don't want to take any chances. I'm going to call a doctor. I want you to drink this.
No, you're right.
You know, Sandra, I don't understand. Does this have something to do with something you saw last night?
No, I don't know.
What did you see last night?
Nothing.
Come on now. I saw your face. You were scared to death, and you're scared now. I can tell.
I'm just confused.
Well, let me help you out. Just tell me what you saw last night.
You might love reading that stuff, but I don't think it's going to help you with your college entrance exam next year.
This is pleasure reading.
Well, why don't you combine the two, you know, something like Shakespeare? I mean, that might be good to help you get into a good college.
Oh, and who's going to pay for it?
I don't know. We'll figure it out when it happens. There are such things as scholarships, and scholarships do have applications.
Mm-hmm. What got you on this topic all of a sudden?
A year can go by very fast, and I want to do everything I can to get you into the best college. You are going to be the first woman in this family to have the finest education. Oh, very funny.
I wish I were beautiful like Melinda.
Melinda? Who's Melinda?
The girl in the book. She's the one who falls in love with Justin. You know, sometimes I think it's better to be beautiful than to be a brain.
Oh,
and if you're beautiful, everything in your life just falls into place.
Mm-hmm. When you come off that planet, whatever planet you're on, you'll realize that it is better to be smart. I mean, women throw themselves at doctors and lawyers, and you could do it yourself.
Me, a doctor? You've got to be kidding.
Oh, you could do it, Emily.
You know, look at Heather. She has a perfect life. She's beautiful. She's a doctor. She's marrying Scott.
I wouldn't be so sure about that last part.
Well, they're engaged.
Mm-hmm. But I've seen that woman in action. She's too
Analytical.
She looks at every angle so many different ways.
That's what analytical means.
I know that. She's just, I don't know, Scotty's not going to be happy with her. He needs someone more like himself.
Anyone in particular in mind?
Mm-hmm. Celeste, if she was smart, she'd get in gear and go after him.
Well, maybe she will, with that little push from one of her sisters. You know, she is lucky to even have a chance with a guy like Scott.
You're lucky. You've got brains and talent to do whatever you want to do so you don't have to depend on a man.
Yeah, well, you know, you could too.
Yeah, you're right. You're a romantic, Emily. I have to face the facts. And the facts are that girls like Celeste and I have to take advantage of every opportunity we can.
What's this?
Yeah, I'll have to secure that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Jed. I mean, it is kind of dangerous, right? That was supposed to be nailed down 2 weeks ago.
Don't worry, Doc. I'll take care of it.
You know what? I think from now on, when we come here, I'm going to bring your blood pressure cup so we can see how high yours goes when you come and look around.
We're paying this guy a lot of money. I just want things done right. Is there something wrong with that?
Look, I have to take off for a while.
What?
Well, I got another job on a new beach house. I have to check on a delivery. I'll be back in less than an hour.
I don't believe this.
Well, what's the big deal, Scott?
He's supposed to be working here.
He is, but he does have other clients.
I think it's outrageous that he just comes and goes whenever he pleases.
Oh, right, but we're doctors, and when we have 5 exam rooms all full of people and we hop from one room to the next, that's okay, right?
No, it's not the same thing.
Yes, it is. Will you calm down? He said he'd be back in less than an hour, and he will be.
Since when did you become his big defender? This house should be his primary focus, Heather.
Scott, we are lucky to even have him. He's a very sought-after contractor. And when he's finished, the house is going to look great.
Yeah, I guess.
I know so. Now, why don't we go upstairs and look in the bedroom and figure out where we're going to put our new bed?
I didn't know we were getting a new bed.
Well, the old one's so worn out.
Well, maybe we should get a water bed, huh?
No.
Why not?
No. Don't answer that.
We have to. We're doctors, and who knows, it might be a call for Jed.
Hello.
Hi, Heather, I'm sorry to bother you.
Yeah, what is it, Celeste?
May I please speak with Scott?
For you.
Celeste, what's going on?
Hi, Scott, Cruz Castillo has been trying to reach you. He needs you to get over to his house as soon as possible and to bring your medical bag.
All right, okay, fine. Thanks for tracking me down.
No problem. Bye.
I gotta go over to Cruz's house. Think you can hold down the fort?
Yeah.
Okay. See you later.
Mason, I'll get it. Hello? Yes, Mr. Driscoll. Can you tell me specifically why the Attorney General would like to see me? All right, 11 o'clock will be fine. Thanks. Hi.
Hi. Well, I'm glad this annulment is going to be so simple.
Where are you going?
I'm off to see Heather Donnelly. She's certainly qualified to declare that I wasn't competent when I married Gina. That should make my case.
Can't believe the whole thing can be done that easily.
I'm beginning to believe that the most important things in life are the easiest. Anyway, you've been after me to see a therapist, so off I go. The most important thing to do right now is end my marriage to Gina. After that happens, everything else will fall into place.
Promise?
Promise.
If this is what I think it's for, if you're planning to use that for our... Bunny, I had a great time in the hammock with you and everything, but don't you think you're jumping the gun a little? I mean, if you think I'm ready to walk down the aisle again, you're wrong.
I did not order the tuxedo, I swear to you.
There's only one Bernardo Tagliotti living in this house. Somebody made a mistake. They made an awfully accurate one.
The only thing that I could figure is this is somebody's idea of a joke.
Well, if that's the case, you've got some hysterical friends. What's so funny about sending someone a tux?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Are you sure this doesn't have some special significance?
Like what?
Like a kiss on the cheek, or a horse's head between the sheets, something like that.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Are you sure? I mean, I hope you're not in any trouble or anything.
Hey, Gene, you in trouble? No way.
Gina, I have good news for you.
And I've got some news for you, Augusta. There's this little button outside the front door, you see. You push it before you enter.
This is no time for formalities. That sarong doesn't hang very well on you, but then you could hang on to Mason.
She doesn't want to hang on to Mason.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's on his way to Heather Donnelly's to get a certificate of insanity to annul your marriage.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Well, you're not going to just stand there and let him do it, are
Hey,
you?
Augusta, why don't you just stay out of this?
Because I have a great concern for my sister's welfare, and I don't want Mason free so he can ruin her life.
Oh, so let him ruin Gina's life.
Oh, wait, I've got to stop him.
I thought we went through all this.
Look at this letter, Buddy. Do you see that Cece is determined to take Brandon away from me? I've got to do something. I've got to fight for him. I need Mason. I have to have a capo for a husband.
Yeah, I still have to go over a couple of things with the carpenter when he gets back, so I should be back in the office in about an hour, okay?
All right, well, it's no problem. Things are pretty quiet around here right now.
Okay, good. I should get going here.
Heather, I wanted to thank you again for paying for my dress. I mean, you really didn't have to, and it really...
Celeste, it was my responsibility. I have to go.
Excuse me, I'm looking for...
I guess we're just destined to keep running into each other.
Yeah, that sort of thing seems to happen around here, doesn't it?
You look great. I was really concerned when I'd heard you'd been shot.
I have a guardian angel. So you work for the clinic now, huh?
Yes, I do. And it is my only job now.
Good for you.
Who are you here to see?
Heather Donnelly.
I just spoke to her on the phone. She said she should be back here about 11 o'clock. Do you want me to make an appointment for you then?
Yeah, the sooner the better. It's Crystal, isn't it?
No, Celeste. Don't you remember I told you I went back to my real name?
When did you tell me that?
At your bar? I think that you had just bought it. You were
Actually,
celebrating.
that's why I'm here, to see Dr. Donnelly.
Do you have a drinking problem?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, but one thing at a time. No, I'm here because I had another personality.
Are you kidding?
No, I wish I were. The fact is that I don't remember meeting you except that one time.
That explains it. You were acting kind of funny that night. You were talking really different, too. You had sort of a cowboy twang. I just figured it's because you've been drinking a great deal.
I apologize for anything I might have said or done. Under those circumstances, my other personality was definitely Neanderthal.
That must be kind of strange, not being able to remember anything that you've done.
Oh, I remember plenty, just not all of it. Tell me something. Did I do or say anything I should be ashamed of?
No. Actually, you were really sweet.
Oh. I'm sure it was a rare departure.
You know, I've always thought that people have more than one personality. When I was in that other business, people, my customers, you know, they'd have one side of themselves out on the street, and they were completely different behind closed doors. I look at all these religious fanatics, you know, getting nailed right and left for all the things that they're doing behind closed doors all the time. I've always thought I have more than one personality. In fact, I think I probably have several.
Do the people at the clinic know about Crystal?
No, they don't. And I would be eternally grateful to you if you didn't say anything about that.
Well, your secret is safe with me.
Thank you, Mr. Capwell. That means a lot to me.
I think we've been through enough that you can call me Mason.
All right.
See you at 11.
Who's the jerk who parked Mercedes in the front entrance?
This is my charming sister, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. I'm the jerk.
Well, I don't appreciate having to climb over a car to get in a door, but it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure and leave a walkway next time. I was in kind of a hurry.
Well, if I do have to climb over a car, let it be worth $63,000, huh? Oh, and speaking of that, I hope your tape deck survives this neighborhood.
I'll keep that in mind. See you at 11.
All right. Thank you, Mason.
Mason what?
Capwell?
As in big money camp? Well, what's he doing in a dump like this?
Oh, Lisa!
I mean, I don't get it, okay? He's one of the richest men in town, and he has to come to a clinic.
Do you know, Heather and Scott are very good doctors. They do have outside patients.
Okay. Who's he seeing here?
That's confidential information.
Is he married?
Rumor has it he's married and engaged.
That's an interesting combination. I guess the idea of single terrifies the guy.
I guess so.
How is it down here in the Passion Pit? Is tall, dark, Roman-nosed around?
Lisa, I don't need that.
Can't you take a joke?
If there's anything else I can do, just give me a call.
Thank you. I'm sorry about this.
No problem.
What did Dr. Clark say?
You know exactly what he said since you were listening, but if you want me to say it, I will. There's nothing wrong with you, basically.
Do you think I'm making this up?
I think you're holding something back from me, and I'd like to know why. Do I need to remind you what we're doing here, Sandra? My baby is lost. She may be in grave danger. If you saw something, you're supposed to tell me about it.
Please, Chris, don't yell at me.
For God's sake, I'm sorry.
Where are you going?
I'm going out. If you decide to talk to me, please let me know, will you?
Hey, I hope you're better with your patients than you are at this. Otherwise, we got a lot of sick people running around this town.
Thanks for your positive reinforcement, Jet.
Yeah, well, I believe in honesty. Look, why don't you go back to your work and let me do mine?
Because I think it's important that at least a little of your blood and sweat go into the business. Ow!
Let me see. Let me... Oh, it's not as bad as that. You know, if I'd known you were serious about putting your own blood into this house, I wouldn't have given you a hammer in the first place. Let me put some ice on.
No, it's all right.
Hey, come on. You think I haven't hit my thumb once or 65 times? Here.
Oh.
If I can hold down the swelling, it won't throb as much later.
Oh.
Right there.
I feel like such a fool.
Well, you look like a fool the way you were wielding that hammer.
Thanks a lot, Jed.
Hey, you're welcome.
Oh.
Funny. I never had you pegged as the type of lady that would cry over a little whack on the thumb.
Yeah, well, I guess you pegged me wrong.
Maybe.
You know, it's kind of annoying when somebody says maybe and then they just leave it dangling.
Maybe. All right, all right. I get the feeling that those tears aren't just about this thumb.
Yeah, well, I guess I've kind of been a little frustrated today, and it just kind of all came out at once.
You and the doc weren't fighting over this whole house, were you?
Oh, no, it's not about that. It's about this woman.
Figured.
Why does it figure, Dad?
Oh, well, logic. Problems are either money or another man or a woman. And I read the papers. I know it's not money problems anymore for the doc. So I narrowed it down. Who is she?
She's a receptionist over at the clinic, and she is Scott's old girlfriend.
Let me get this straight. You mean he hired his old girlfriend to be the receptionist?
We both hired her, but at the time I didn't know that she was his old girlfriend.
And he didn't tell you?
He did eventually.
Well, you're either a fool or a saint. I mean, I don't know a woman who wouldn't be out of her mind knowing that our old man's ex-girlfriend is working up in the same office with her.
Yeah, I'm not really out of my mind. I'm just a little frazzled. And, oh, do I want her gone.
Do you know how big of a deal she was to the doc?
Yeah, they were high school sweethearts, each other's first love.
Yeah, that's a tough one to buck. Look, you've got so much going for you. She's a receptionist and you're a doctor. She's probably a dog and you're gorgeous.
She's really beautiful.
Well, then the only way to go is, we gotta get her out of the office.
I know, but how do we go about... Oh, God. We?
Yeah. Well, I guess the doc wouldn't go for dumping her and hiring a new receptionist.
Yeah, nice grandmother type, right? No, Scott wouldn't go for that. And I can't just fire Celeste. She needs a job.
That's this lady's name, Celeste?
Yeah.
You know, I've got this client who deals in drugs.
Ted, I cannot get somebody involved in that no matter how...
Hold your jets. Call your pharmaceutical. I just happened to be there when someone's secretary called and said their husband was transferred to Chicago. They're looking for someone new. $600 a week.
No, we don't even pay Celeste half that.
See? Scott couldn't blame you for doing the girl a favor.
Maybe.
Now, you just leave that maybe dangling. I'll make the call. I should better get this thing going right away.
So, after everything, as soon as he gets the annulment, we're gonna get married, hopefully. Got the cream here?
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Not that my life is complicated. Considering what you've been through in the last 2 years, I'm a real bore.
Oh, I would hardly say that. I mean, not many people are psychics. You help people. It must be very exciting.
Well, it is when you can't help them.
What's the matter? You hit a roadblock?
Yeah, I don't know. I just was very sick this morning, and Cruz got angry at me because I wasn't coming up with anything new.
You know, Cruz is just very frustrated right now. He's been through an awful lot.
I know that. He's a wonderful man. He's very sensitive. I was just so surprised at his temper. He frightened me. You've known Cruz a long time, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, he and Eden are my best friends. Look, don't let it worry you. He is tense. He's very tense right now because he misses Eden.
I've heard a lot about her. She's very beautiful. I've seen her pictures.
Yeah, she is. She's very, very beautiful. And she's a lot different than Cruz is, actually, except they sort of complement each other perfectly. I would say they have a perfect marriage.
It's the kind of thing that most people only dream about.
Where's your psychic? Where's the list of the people who were in the lair when Katarine was?
I'm working on it.
Sounds to me like you're standing in the hallway flapping your mouth.
Come on, Cruz, give me a break, man. I just thought it'd be a better angle if we checked all the phone records from the lair to see who this lady was calling.
Did you come up with anything?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Thanks. Please give me a break. Thanks. Did you check these calls? Look at these calls. This is this building.
Not
this
yet.
Is this building,
I know.
pal.
I know a lot of cops eat at the lair. I'm gonna get it.
Well, I'd like to know which ones.
Look, Cruz, a lot of guys on the force aren't gonna be too thrilled if they're being
I
suspected.
don't give a damn. You make me up a list, Ramon.
You think somebody on the force is involved in this thing?
As a matter of fact, I'd like that list before you leave today. You think you could do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Then you do it. Thanks. This is tape number 3. I am not certain who I can and cannot trust on this police force. I've been encouraged by the progress on the case so far, thanks largely to Ms. Mills, although I am starting to have a little bit of trouble figuring her out. Guess we can't expect someone who does all her work in her head to function like the rest of us. On the other hand, the woman is a bit strange. That's undeniable. She seems extremely fragile. Sometimes I think she may be misinterpreting the level of my interest in her. I may be imagining that. Damn, I don't want to even be thinking about this. I still believe she will be able to help us find our baby daughter. God knows we need the help. If it turns out somehow that Eden and I have to say goodbye to this child, I don't know how we're going to do it.
It's incredible. Julia will not listen to reason where Mason is concerned. It's as though he's got her under a spell. The only thing we can hope for is to stop the annulment.
Yeah, well, I don't really care much about your sanctimonious sister. But I would like to have a husband for that custody hearing.
But what I don't understand, Gina, is why you think you need Mason for this custody hearing. Sonny is gone. Even if Mason does enter that courtroom as your husband, he'll still testify that you're an unfit mother.
Have you got a better idea?
Yes. You, Brandon, and I, we go away together somewhere. Somewhere where no one will find us.
Honey, we have already discussed this. It won't work.
It's the only solution.
It's an idiotic solution. Cece will dredge the bowels of the earth to stop this.
She's absolutely right. I know it's kind of a disgusting image, but it's on the nose. I've got to stay here and fight. There's no two ways about it. I've got to think of one more trump card I can play. Well, come on, Augusta. You're supposed to be conniving. Think.
In view of the irregularities in the Capwell-Earlriggs proceeding, the State Attorney General feels he has no choice but to remove you as District Attorney for Santa Barbara.
I realize that I could have done better, but everything has been resolved and the damages were given to the survivors.
Look, I understand all that. But the record shows that your actions jeopardized the entire case. After a full investigation, the only inference that can be made is that you acted in a manner that was highly biased, allowing C.C. Capwell to go free.
The man has just compensated these people with millions of dollars.
Look, money that would have come, no doubt, in addition to a jail sentence had the case gone to trial.
Not to mention the publicity that the Attorney General would have by prosecuting a man like C.C. Capwell.
You see, I think the only reason this settlement was finally reached at all was due to information you withheld from our office. There's no other reason why C.C. Capwell would have paid that kind of money in a case he was fighting tooth and nail. That's why we're bringing in Ethan Asher as the new district attorney.
I've never heard of him.
He's very good. He runs a tight ship. You're good too, Julia, and we don't want to lose you. If you're willing to work under Asher's supervision, we'd like you to stay on as assistant DA.
That's insulting.
Unemployment is even more insulting. What's it going to be, Ms. Wainwright? Choice is up to you.
You know, you were the third person to come see me about split personalities in the past couple of months. We're talking about an extremely rare phenomenon.
Great. I love being a freak.
Now, Mason, what did you say the name of this other personality was?
Sonny Sprocket. It was an imaginary playmate from my childhood. Sort of a country and western type. He liked anything to do with cowboys.
And when you were Sonny Sprocket, you had no idea at all that you were also Mason Capwell?
Oh, I knew. I was just powerless to do anything about it. For example, it was Sonny that married Gina Timmons, not me.
Well, this is an extremely rare case. Now, if we could only document it.
Well, documents are exactly what I need to talk to you about. In fact, I have one right here that I need for you to sign in order to get my annulment from Gina.
Mason, this is an extremely important affidavit. I can't sign it just simply on what you've told me. If what you're saying is true, then you've got a very serious problem that needs to be dealt with.
Well, it has been. Sonny is gone.
And you can be certain that he won't return?
Oh, I feel very much in control.
So you've had no thoughts at all of Sonny whatsoever?
No, I haven't had any. Well, I did have a dream about him, but it was only, So what do I do to get rid of him?
Well, the first thing we would have to do is to bring him back.
That's out of the question.
Mason, if you will allow me, I will put you under hypnosis and I will summon Sonny back.
I worked this long to get rid of him, and now you want to bring him back?
He will be completely in my control, but I do need to talk to him.
You don't know him. I don't trust him.
He will have no choices in this matter, I promise you that.
And you're sure that once you've talked to him, you can bury him for good?
Positive.
Then that's the only way you'll sign this affidavit.
Mason, I'm not trying to blackmail you, but there isn't a psychiatrist in the state who would annul your marriage to Gina without concrete evidence that Sonny does exist.
Well, I guess you leave me no choice, huh?
If Sonny Sprocket is in there, he will be here and gone before you know it.
Hello, Bernardo. What do you want here? This marriage idea, it stinks.
Her name is Vanessa. Did I mention that? Oh, she's a wonderful girl. You're gonna love her. And I hear she's a virgin, according to her brothers. In this day and age, is a real plus.
I don't even know her.
So you'll meet her day before the wedding. How's that?
Awful.
Nephew, we got no choice. If you don't marry her, I got the DeFranco brothers moving in on our operations.
What about love?
Think about love. And then you think of the whole DeFranco family tracking you down anywhere on Earth and feeding your liver to the pigs. You're gonna marry Vanessa, you're gonna make children, or you're a dead man.
I really like the way you did this trim around the staircase over here.
Oh, I'm glad. I'd like to take credit, but that was Heather's idea.
Really?
Yeah. You know, that woman's got some good taste. At least in some things.
She's a terrific lady, and she's got good taste in everything. So how's the tile going in the kitchen?
Oh, I've got the pattern laid out. Take a look.
Hi.
Hi. You must be Celeste.
Looking for Scott. And how'd you know that?
Well, I'll guess. Hi, I'm Jed.
Nice to meet you.
He was here somewhere just a minute ago. Seems as though he's disappeared.
Celeste, how you doing?
Hi. I just needed to talk to you about something, Scotty.
Well, looks like they nailed me again, Doc. That means there's another delivery at the beach house that I'm working on.
Yeah, which means that you'll be back in less than an hour, right?
Nope. So long.
Nice to meet you.
Same here. Good luck.
All right.
Why is he wishing me good luck?
Oh, don't listen to anything he has to say. He's kind of a joker. So what's the problem?
Well, I don't know if you can really call it a problem. Well, at least not yet. But, I have an interview for another job.
Dear Cruz, I know I I talk to you almost every day, but this morning, Kelly and I took a long walk along the Seine, and I had so many vivid images of you being at my side. I miss you desperately. When I got home, it was too early there for me to call, so I had to write it down.
I didn't hear you come in.
Yeah, well, you're obviously feeling better.
Yeah, I was just gonna take a jacuzzi. You wanna come out and talk to me?
Maybe in a little while. I'd like to be by myself right now.
Sure.
Thank you. It was so strange this morning. I could look across the river and see the two of us walking together hand in hand. And when a boat would go by, I could see us together on the boat. I guess it's just because I miss you and love you so much. I don't mean for this to put pressure on you. I just look forward so much to the time when we're together again. I love you, Eden.
What are you doing here? Is that any way to speak to your sister?
Where's Celeste?
She had to run a few errands, so she asked me to fill in for her.
I pity anyone who comes in here looking for help.
Oh, thanks. Like what? Celeste sews people up or something? She's a receptionist, a job that I can handle. What are you bouncing off the walls for?
I just came from the high school and I took those placement tests I was telling you about. They put me in all of the advanced classes, so I don't expect any more grief about my romance novels, okay?
Congratulations. Congratulations, but we're not staying here.
Why not?
Honey, you knew this was only temporary.
Well, I just thought I'd take them anyway, just in case. I'm looking for Mason Capwell.
Who are you?
I'm his wife. I saw his car outside. I know he's here.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't say he wasn't.
Look, don't get smart with me. It's very important that I see him.
Okay, he's in with Dr. Donnelly. This is a public place. No one said you can't wait for him.
That's very generous of you.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to see my husband.
Good thing he's not going to be your husband for much longer.
Well, we'll just see about that. I'm not going to give him an annulment just because some half-baked psychiatrist says he's crazy. Where is he? Coming in, Mason.
Don't even think about it.
Why not? He's my husband. I have the perfect right to go in and speak to him.
You're not going in there.
I'm going to put...
So, Sonny, why don't you tell me why you hate Mason so much?
Right here and now. I am going...
Oh, I don't know. Hate's really the word. I just don't like him being such a wimp. It's too much of a panty waist to break off with his father 10 years ago when he really should have done it.
I don't care. I'm going. Come on, away, you home wrecker.
Excuse me, I'm having a private session here, Gina.
Hey, you ain't a sight for sore eyes.
Sonny, is it really you?
Don't be afraid of the future, although it seems your world is out of control. 'Cause through your eyes, like a window, I see the hope that's still alive in your soul. I hear the sound of your heartbeat. I know the feelings that you're trying to hide. Just let them go.
My darling Eden, your letter came today. I think the reason you look everywhere in Paris and see the two of us together is that I am there with you in my heart. My body may be going through the motions of the things I have to do here in Santa Barbara, but my thoughts and my spirit are never away from you. I'm walking alone on the beach, and suddenly I'm touching your golden hair. We lie back together on the sand, and I feel your hand run up over my belly to my chest, your sweet breath on my lips, and time stops, as it always does when we're together. Tonight, before I sleep, I will swear, as I have sworn every night since this separation began, that it will never happen again. With all my love, I dream of you, Cruz.
Cruz? Cruz?
Yeah. What is it?
I did have a vision last night. I was at the bottom of a big black hole. And I was...
You were what?
I was being buried alive.
Whose eyes were you seeing that through? Catherine's. Not Adriana's. Please, God, not my babies.
Tonight, Connie Chung looks at accusations of neglect at a licensed adult care home for the elderly in New Mexico. The story on NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
And later, Alf's at it again. The furry alien gives a fuzzy phone message, and Lynn winds up with 2 dates for 1 dance. Then it's the Hogan family high rollers in Las Vegas. Next, a mother dies, a baby survives, a father is born. Midnight Callers Gary Cole and Growing Pains Joanna Kern star in Those She Left Behind. Only on NBC.